Good morning, everybody. It's Subby. Hey, I just want to take a couple minutes. I thought I would do a video instead of a live stream. That way, you can go back and you can watch this video maybe during lunch or maybe when you get home tonight. As there's a lot of information today because this is such a complex setup for today that I thought I would go ahead and do the video versus typing everything out. So, and of course, I'll be posting the links to this video when I am through on all of the platforms so you can take a look at it maybe over lunchtime today. But here is what we've got going on. So, the Storm Prediction Center has the entire west central Missouri as well as the Kansas City and Springfield metro areas under a slight risk. Depending on how the day unfolds, as there is a weakening line of thunderstorms up on the Iowa border right now. It will continue to weaken. Depending on where that boundary sets up, there could be a chance that this gets increased to an enhanced risk later on today. But right now, there's so many factors playing into this thing that we're dependent on what another system does before we can tell how it's going to affect us here in West Central Missouri. I hope you understand that. I'm trying to keep it as simplified as I can. But regardless, we are under a slight risk for severe storms. This will likely be in the overnight hours. We do have the potential to see that possibly increase to an enhanced risk later on this afternoon into the overnight. The tornado threat is very, very low. Matter of fact, we're not even in a risk assessment for tornadoes today. That will be mainly in southern Iowa and the parts of Nebraska. The hail threat also is not all that great. We're just under maybe a slight risk to see maybe some pea or penny size hail. The biggest threat definitely is going to be the wind threat. And the reason is because we are expecting a line of thunderstorms to erupt, turn into an MCS, which stands for Mesoscale Convective System. Just a fancy word meaning a big cluster of thunderstorms. And this is going to be very outflow dominant, means there's going to be wind pushing out ahead of this line of storms that could be producing some very strong straight line winds. This could be a very broad area of straight line winds. I'm not going to use the term derecho right now because there are too many unknowns. But what you need to take away from that is that we have a potential to see a line of storms with very strong winds coming in the overnight hours, probably somewhere around the 4 to 7 a.m. time frame. Now, before that, we could see, because this front is going to be so close to us, we could see a few likely non-severe thunderstorms as we go throughout the day today. The later in the afternoon, the later in the evening that we get some of these pop-up thunderstorms, there could be enough there to have a strong storm or two. But for the most part, they're going to be very scattered in nature, likely not be severe, but definitely something I'm keeping an eye on as we go through today. But our main concern is going to be that line of storms as we go into the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. So let's just check out this is the latest short-term HRRR model. And we will kind of go through and I'll show you guys these thunderstorms. And again, as we go into this afternoon, you notice there's a lot of scattered thunderstorms. And some of these may be relatively strong, putting down some small hail, maybe some gusty winds. But the later we go on through the afternoon into the evening hours, a couple of these could become pretty robust. Keeping a good eye on that. Like there's one up there just northeast of Lafayette County that looked like it had a pretty good hail core. And this is 7 o'clock tonight is what you're looking at right now. and then we go 8, 9, 10, 11, midnight. And then, of course, as we go into the early morning hours, this is the activity that we're going to be concerned about. Okay, it's going to form into a complex of thunderstorms and really begin to speed up its descent moving to the south. Okay, and then, of course, out ahead of it, we could see some strong thunderstorms. They'll be coming through southwest Missouri and parts of south and west central Missouri. And depending on where that bow sets up, how compact that line of storm is really going to play a part of how strong these storms are going to be. And again, we're looking at the possibility of seeing, of course, torrential rainfall for a short amount of time, as well as very strong straight line winds. That is going to be our primary concern, is to see a very broad area of strong straight line winds. So you guys kind of know the drill. We've been through it plenty of times this season. And so before you go to bed tonight, make sure that you have your weather radio on. Make sure you have flashlights. Have your shoes next to your bed. The reasoning is because, of course, with this threat for strong straight line winds, all the trees are full. We went through that on that last storm where we had 50-mile-an-hour winds and we had power outages everywhere. So make sure that you are prepared in case electricity goes out. And again, this might be happening right about the time we're all waking up tomorrow morning. So definitely kind of be prepared for this. This in the evening and into the overnight hours. And again, our biggest threat is going to be probably sometime in the 4 to 7 a.m. time frame tomorrow morning. But we could see a few robust thunderstorms take part throughout the day today. The stronger cells will be later on this afternoon. If they do erupt, there's a chance we might not get any thunderstorms here in west central Missouri throughout the day, but there's strong likelihood that we are going to be impacted by this line of thunderstorms overnight tonight. So I will continue to update in our Facebook group, on our social media platforms, but I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to watch this video today to kind of let them know what to expect as we go into the overnight hours. So everybody stay weather aware today and into the overnight, and we'll be talking to you soon.